Good morning, how are you? Today we are going to talk about our grammar in Unit 9. Let's talk about present perfect continuous or present perfect progressive. It's the same meaning. Okay, now let's start in our grammars the uses of present perfect continuous or the present perfect progressive. When we use present perfect progressive or present perfect continuous, the first use is we use the present perfect continuous. So we use the present perfect continuous to talk about action or situation. So we talk about actions or situations that started in the past and are still in progresses. So what's the meaning of actions or situation that started in the past and are still in progresses? إذن نستخدم المضارع التام المستمر للتحدث عن actions حدث situations حالة started in the past هي بدأت في الماضي and are still in progress وما زالت تتقدم or still up to now أو استمرت إلى الآن. Look for the example. He has been learning English for 5 years. So he started in the past. He started to learn English in the past, and he is still learning English. هو بدأ أو تعلم الإنجليزية في الماضي وما زال يتعلم اللغة الإنجليزية أو الإنجليش. So he has been learning English for 5 years. So look at this. So the verb start in the past بالماضي and is still up to now وما زال مستمر إلى الآن. So this is why we said about the present perfect progressive or present perfect continuous. Now it's mean continuous. إذن للآن that mean that we will use the verb with ing. رح نستخدم الفعل مع ing. Now look at the second usage. When we use the present perfect continuous, we use the present perfect continuous to talk about actions, situations that have recently stopped, but they still have a present result. So هو الفعل أو الحدث توقف اللي هو يعني حاليا توقف، لكن نتيجة الفعل ظهرت أو ما زال نستطيع أن نشوفها. يعني توقف. For example, it has been raining a lot. المطر توقف, but we have still see the result. بنشوف النتيجة. For example, there is a water on the ground. في عنا يعني on the street. في عنا مطر أو ماء على الأرض. For example, you are wet. أنت مبلل أو رطب. Yes, it has been raining a lot. إذن كيف عرفت إنها كانت تمطر أو هي أمطرت؟ You are wet. أنت مبلل. When we talk about repeated action, أحداث أو أفعال متكررة. For example, I have been sending him a lot of messages all day. Been had resending. إذا عندنا فعل repeated actions all day طول اليوم. He have been sending him a lot of messages. Another example, she has been playing the piano since she was 4. She has been playing the piano since she was 4. So she started in the past up to now, not an action in progresses. So هي بدأت playing the piano in the past and is still playing a piano since now or until now إلى الآن. Now look at this picture. Present perfect continuous. We said present perfect continuous tense or present perfect progressive. Look at the past. There is the past, now and the future. إذا الماضي والحاضر اللي هو الآن وfuture المستقبل. بقول لك past start time. هنا وقت ابتداء الفعل. In the past. إذا started in the past. And the time started in the past and has continued until now. إذا عندنا الفعل بدأ في الماضي and ما زال مستمر أو مكمل يعني حتى الآن. So, for examples, have been eating, have been drinking, have been running. So, have been running. So, again, present perfect continuous. It talk about actions or situation started in the past and has continued until now or still up to now. And we use the present, the how long. Yes, how long. It's the title of our unit 9. How long have you been? So we said that how long. إذا نتذكرها موجودة عندنا هي العنوان للوحدة التاسعة. We said that how long used for asking about periods of time. نستخدمها للسؤال عن مدة من الوقت. How long has she been listening to music? And we use the following expressions: recently, lately, since, for, all day, all morning. And this is called اللي هي keywords. We will talk about the keywords inshallah tomorrow. He has been driving lately. I have been drawing since 5 o'clock. What have you been doing recently? Tomorrow inshallah we will talk about the keywords. Now let's see the form. Affirmative form for present perfect progressive or present perfect continuous. So in positive or in affirmative, positive or affirmative, it starts with subject. So this is the subject. Start with the subject, then verb to have. Verb to have. So the subject, if the subject is singular, verb to have will be has. Verb to be has. So she, it, or he, the verb to be will be has. And if the subject is plural, إذا كان عندي subject جمع plural pronoun ضمائر جمع or plural nouns أسماء جمع, the verb to have will be have. Now look at the abbreviations for have and has. The abbreviations for have and has. الاختصارات have v apostrophe فاصلة, الapostrophe فاصلة عليا أو نحطها الفاصلة العليا v e. Has abbreviations for has apostrophe s, again have v e. After then, so subject, verb to have, has or have, then plus verb. This is the main verb. This is the main verb. فعل رئيسي. We add to the main verb ing. For example, he has been running for a long time. Look at the abbreviations. He's been running for a long time. Now look at the questions. How we make a question. The question starts with verb to have or has. That independs for the subject. بيعتمد على السبجect. If the subject is singular, like she, he, it the verb to have will be has. So she وهي وit بتاخد عنا has. They, we, you, I بتاخد عنا have. Then we write been verb with ing والفعل الرئيسي بنضيف له ing. لذلك احنا سميناها present perfect continuous or present perfect progressive. Have they been playing? This is the question. The negative, how we make a negative form. How we make a negative form. So this is the question and this is the negative. Tomorrow, inshallah, we'll be continuing the negative form and how we answer the questions in the short questions, yes or no questions, and talk about the keywords. I hope you are understand our grammar for Unit 9. Tomorrow, inshallah, we will continue.